Hi, thanks for joining us for another one of our digital tutorials. This week, I'd like to demonstrate how you can find new books to read using one of our resources, NoveList Plus. NoveList Plus provides book recommendations based on what interests you and what you're in the mood to read. Let's take a look at the different ways you can use NoveList Plus to find your next read. Going from our homepage, bellwoodlibrary.org, and clicking on Online Resources, if we scroll down a little bit, we have a side section on the left called Featured Databases, and NoveList Plus is listed first. So let's click on that link, and then this screen will show up, which is asking for our library QR code and PIN. Go ahead and enter that in, and then we'll be brought over to this page. Once you're here, this is the main page for NoveList Plus, and it might be a little overwhelming at first. We'll start right in the center here, where you can see some book jackets. And right here it says I'm in the mood for with some age options. So right now I'm being shown adult options, but I can change that to different age groups by just selecting here, and then each age group also has its own tabs for what kind of book I'm looking for by genre or characters or something like that. You can click on any of these, and if you see a title you've previously read or are interested in, it's likely that other titles in that same category might interest you. You can hover over the book jacket of any title you see and a short description will come up. If none of these options are interesting to you or you're looking for something different, on the left over here you can see more categories and the age groups again. You can click on any of the age groups the same way as you did over in the center, and it'll automatically change the category options. And you can see that each of the categories has an arrow after it. And that means that there are even more categories within those that you can choose. If you just click on any of those lists, it'll bring up a curated list of recent titles for that specific category. And you can see on the left, on the right, there will be the other categories that were within. In this case, I was in fantasy, so these are the other subcategories within fantasy, and I can just quickly click over to any of those, and it'll load that list. Same thing applies with the book jacket, where you can hover over and a short description will show up for you. Maybe you have a favorite book or a book you recently read that you really enjoyed and you'd like more like it. I recently read Lovecraft Country by Matt Ruff, so I'm going to go ahead and put that book in. Okay. And here is that record. You can see again, I'm seeing that description, and it's giving me a few different topics as well that it falls under. And then on the right over here, there's a read-alike section, which is giving me already books that NoveList Plus has said that are similar to Lovecraft Country. If I hover over the book jacket this time, because it's being recommended to me as a read-alike for Lovecraft Country, not only will I have the description available, but I'm also going to have a reason why this book was chosen. For each of these titles, you'll be able to see why that reason was given. This is what you'll see for any record, whether it's a book you've read or not. So you'll be able to see some reviews. These are going to be some professional reviews that we at the library use when we're trying to determine if a book is going to be good for our collection or not. So if you're interested in seeing some of the professional opinions about the book, you can go ahead and read those. However, let's say the read-alikes aren't exactly what I was looking for, and I really enjoyed specific aspects of the story. I can scroll down to here at the bottom of the page, where NoveList Plus has created a way to search for similar titles where you are in control of what about the book it is that you're looking for. Maybe you're searching for a similar tone, setting, or just overall what the book was about. There are a lot of factors that go into your enjoyment of a book, and NoveList Plus has worked to make the process of recommending books to you easy. So in this little section here, I can go ahead and choose as many or as few of these options as I like. Just by checking off with a little check mark right there, I can just choose a few things and then just press search. And again, you can choose more things. There's no limit on how many things you can check off, but then it'll bring you back a list of possible titles that I might enjoy. You can also do a search like this without starting from a book. At the top here, you'll see there's something called Browse By. A lot of these are easy to understand, like genre, which will have the standard mystery, horror, science fiction, romance, and things like that. But then there's something called Appeal. And if we click on that, this is where you can make your own appeal mix for whichever age range you're looking for. Down here, you'll have all of those options they were using. All you have to do is choose it, and then you'll get a full list of what you can choose. And as you see, once I had chosen that first appeal, it came up with find titles for me. But we'll go ahead and put a couple things in, and here we go, and it's got my result list for me again with that. But then there's also a view all option if I'd like this list to appear a little bit easier for me to browse. And there we go, here is my result list. Then I can go ahead and start looking for the book I'm looking for. This is a brief introduction to using NoveList Plus. If you're looking for some book recommendations and want to find some books on your own, and you're missing the feeling of browsing our shelves, try NoveList Plus, and maybe you'll find your new favorite book.